Let's go, everybody. Stay motivated. Get ready for the greatest show in crypto. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. 5 minutes and 49 seconds of countdown, baby. Let's go. Lunar eclipse tonight. It's an insane time to be alive. God bless each and every one of you for witnessing history. God bless you all. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Let's go. I worked out today. I'm starting a new regimen. Pull-ups and dips, back at it like I did years ago. I'm going to start adding weights and a belt, and you're going to see us, the lifers. If you want to rock it with me, I'm going to give you my little workout. It's a high-intensity workout, 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You're going to do as many pull-ups as you can till slight exhaustion. Wait 45 seconds. Do as many pull-ups as you can, slight exhaustion. Wait till done. And do many pull-ups as you can, 3 sets. Then you can do the same thing in the dippage. You're going to do that twice a day. It's called high-intensity trading HIIT. And then every Friday, we're going to add 2.5 pounds to a belt, all right? And then as we go up, 2.5, eventually we'll get to 45 pounds. And it's going to take some time. But my goodness, I'm telling you right now, it is the amazing way for men if you want to look really strong. For women, if you don't have to use the weights, if you want to just stay fit, I'm telling you right now, it's an amazing way to feel good about yourself when you look and feel amazing. So shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Let's get no eat, no pay up in this game. Shout out to you all for being here. Let's go. There's opportunity in this life, but you got to believe that there's opportunity or there isn't. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Add the weight in bars of silver. Just keep adding another bar of silver in a bucket. Legs, I do squatting every single day. I'll show you how to do your legs too. My legs are gigantic. I got huge thighs. My thighs are big boy thighs. You see it? Big boy thighs. Huge thighs. I'll teach you every single day. You got to do some type of leg workout. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. No wheat, no hay, baby. Bitcoin to where and why all this happened, please. There's no reason, there's no method. All you got to know is that it is what it is, baby. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I'm excited to get the show going. You should be excited to get the show going. Let's do it. I turn this weight into muscle. I'd be a force to be. You can do it, Stack. You can do it, man. It's just like trading. If you believe in it, it can happen, right? You are the change that you need to make in your life, every single one of you. So Bitcoin pretty flat right now on BOOKMAP. We're going to bring it to you right away. Looking at BOOKMAP right here. Take a look. Bitcoin getting a bit of a long squeeze, short squeeze, back and forth. I was looking at the price action, mostly, somewhat of a bearish tone, but we're going to break it down. We're going to see which way the wind blows. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in, for coming on in. I don't look for reasons why price action did certain things. That is all retail. That's how you pull in retail. Oh, this is what happened. I look at the charts. Show me the charts, and I will show you the news. That's all I'm saying. Show me the charts, and I will show you the news. We'll bring that audio down a little bit, or maybe for me, but not for you. Yeah, there we go. I'll bring that. Seems like a good value. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for here. Push, pull legs twice a week. Easier on the joints and more effective for muscle pain. I just do, this. If I wish I could show you the camera. I got the little camera here. But honestly, you do like, I'll show you guys at another time. I don't want to waste time talking about how I do my leg workout. But squatting almost every single day. And I do high intensity workout on my toes. My entire work is 30 minutes on the toes. You will get great, hamstrings. You'll have really nice, the back of your legs will look great. Huge. I also played hockey growing up. I mean, that helps with defining your legs as you begin to move. Anyway, enough about me and my legs. Let's talk about you and your legs. No. Anyway, let's break it down, everybody. Thank you for being here. First thing we're going to look at is Bitcoin. Also, we're going to start including NQ, which is the NASDAQ futures, every single day here. I was also looking at Tesla. Tesla has come down to a 786 retracement, bounced up, stayed inside this flag, and honestly, that's a golden pocket retracement. 3-day is getting oversold. The RSI is getting low. MACD showing lack of seller and buyer momentum, kind of flattening out here at 168. Now, I could lose this level and go lower, but honestly, in my humble opinion, it's holding this beautiful previous resistance as new support, and it says that Tesla, somewhere by August of 2024, could be into the $582 level. This is the 3-day chart, so only time will tell. But I'm just looking at Tesla. It was on my radar. A lot of people want to know with earnings and things like that, what is going to happen to Tesla? And so S&P 500 is now closing the gap. Retrace even more on Bitcoin would be healthy. Shout out to the Creator Crypto and everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. May God bless each and every one of you for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Not too many people can afford a Tesla, At least I can. Shout out to Jennifer Moffitt. No worries, Jennifer. You're going to be able to afford anything you put your mind to. Anything you put your mind to. You know what I mean? There's some people that they go and buy gems, right? For a few dollars. Then they take acrylic and they fill the gem. Like, let me show you. And then they sell it for money. There is money to be had if you put effort. There's money to be had if you put an effort. I'm telling you right now, like, someone makes these. They get the gemstones. They find the, it's like a resin, a clear resin at Michael's. They pour it into a volt, and then they turn what they bought, maybe $20, into $50. There is a business out there for everybody who has the time to push themselves to the limit. And you could be doing this in the back end. I'm not saying sell these little things, but I'm saying this is an example, all right? I bought this from someone who made this, right? They didn't use as much money as I used to buy this. That is business. You create something out of thin air, out of your mind, okay? Everybody here can do it. So no one here can say that they don't have the ability to make more money. That's just your mind telling you that you don't have creativity and you can't push yourself to the limit. So you can afford anything you want, Jennifer. And you'd be surprised in 6 to 7 months, you could have enough to buy a Tesla if that's what you truly desire. But it has to be what you want. You have to be passionate about it. And I'm telling you right now, it'll happen a lot quicker than you even thought humanly possible. Was teaching a bit of Fibonacci retracement. This came up. This is Oasis, right? Came back down, took a beautiful bump. Look at this thing. This thing's been moving despite the rest of the market. Also, Dimitra on my radar. You know, I got some mixed signals and ideas for Dimitra. All right, we already nailed it for massive gains. It is what it is, but it's kind of like CAS in a way. It had a massive pump to the upside, okay, on the 3-day chart. Starting to get a little overbought. And look, I see a little bit of bearish divergence here. I like the 3-day chart. It keeps you calm, cool, and collected. It takes a long time to kind of play it the proper way, though. Could Dimitra come all the way back down to the 3.7, 3.8 area? That's a Fibonacci retracement. It is possible. I'd be watching it for a possible pullback here on the 3-day chart. Now, there's a chance it could go sideways. We don't know exactly what will happen, right? If it starts doing that, then, you're going to assume that it's bullishly consolidating. But if it starts in the falling, and then I call this the twisted sister, I make two different shapes. And when it starts to lose that, I wait for the retracement. If it goes sideways, I'd be more into buying it inside the flag. Either way, at one point, it's going to make the length of the pole out of this or this, right? And there you have it. That's a beautiful way to make a trade because you have two options, two ideas, and you'll be able to see it happen. This will take some time, a couple weeks. Let's look at CAS because CAS was the exact example of what I gave to do this with. Same exact situation here. And CAS back to 27, getting bought up on these wicks on the 3-day chart. And it came, look, it did wick all the way down. Did it hit the 618 golden pocket? Let's take a look. Technically, you could say that was our impulse, and it wicked right there, right above the 618. Does it still have gas? I believe it could still continue even lower in this channel and hit my 618 Fibonacci at about 2 cents, but you never know. You never know, but it was FOMOing. I'll be honest, I sold at like 27 right here around this area. It continued to pump. I was kicking myself for a second, but I had to be Sam remained calm. Nothing goes up forever. Came back down. This pump, was it going to continue? And my emotions took, got in there, and I said, I'm not using emotions, because I saw this flag, and I'll be honest, your emotions start to fly. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to miss it. I told myself, Sam, be patient, calm down, I don't use emotions. I said, what does the Fibonacci say, Sam? I said, well, we could go down to the 618 Fibonacci level there. I said, then you got to calm down. Inside a pattern, getting overbought on the 4-hour time frame looks like it might likely come down here too as well. So I didn't use my emotions no matter how bad they wanted me to chase. I did not chase, and look what happened. We ended up with an amazing move here with the retracement back to the downside. So by not using my emotions and by sticking to my fibs, I was able to remain calm, cool, and collective and not chase a higher price that would have got me bagged, right? This is how you use Fibonacci. This is why you learn technical analysis, because you won't be using your emotions to trade. Let's take a look at Bitcoin off the bat, right? We have some lower targets, 27,800 and 26,890. Where do these targets come from? They come from the measured move, all right? Also see this as a possible look, a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder here, something that most people wouldn't be able to see, but my brain is able to see it. It's insane. But here's the deal. Does that mean we're definitely dumping? No, but the measured move would take you down to 26,890. We're going to look at the macro and some other things too as well, like I do every single day. We're going to look at the S&P 500. We're going to look at the dollar index, and we're going to look at the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency. So we're going to get down to brass tacks right now and break it down. Then we're going to get into the altcoins. Then we're going to talk about you and yours and what you're going through, and we'll have some fun. I'll read some comments, and then we get into the news, and then we're out by 12 o'clock. So we have an hour and 40 minutes here, and we don't have much time. It seems like we do, but this stream just rips. Next thing you know, it's over, and I cannot believe it. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. 1,000 views already, 613 people, 193 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's go. You people got me here. You people took this channel from 3 views that I used to get to 50 views, to 100 views, to 300 views, to 1,000 views. One time we had, I think, 1,400 on the channel at one single point in time. And we were going against, Yahoo Finance, who had 980,000 subscribers. They only had like 3,200 people watching the Gary Gensler, testimony. And we had over like 1,200 people watching, 1,100. We were a third of a channel that has over almost 1 million subscribers. That is Yahoo Finance. So we're doing an amazing thing here. Each and every one of you are doing your part to push this community to the limit. And it is my dedication, is your dedication, and together we push forward. Nobody knows when we'll leave this life. Nobody knows exactly when, So every day you got to make it like it could be your last, because you just never know. And so every day you push yourself. Every day you find another way to be better than you were the day before. Every single day you push out negativity. Every single day you believe in yourself. Every single day you use love. Every single day you use discipline. Every single day you stay focused. And I'm telling you right now, if you use focus and discipline, my goodness, your life will start to move in a way you've never even thought possible. And look at me. Every single day I came to a YouTube channel. Look what I built. Look where it's going. Look where we're all going together. So stay blessed, stay humble, and remember that you are the change that you want to see in your life. If you want to lose weight, it's up to you to do it. You got to start small. 1 pound equals 2 pounds equals 3 pounds equals 5 pounds. Before you know it, you've lost 10 pounds. That's amazing. Then if you lose 10, you can lose another 10. Now that's 20. If you can lose 20, you can lose another 20. Now that's 40. You can do it, just like technical analysis, one step at a time. I love you all. There's no one needs to be down and out in this life. No one needs to feel that extra pull. God bless you all for being here, and may God bless you. Already did an update for the stream this morning, and we broke down what was happening. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it yet again. Thank you for being here. VRVP shows a massive, resistance level at 29,226. We must get back above this level to remain bullish, okay? Losing weight is easy, but not as easy as mental weakness, which is why most fail. All you need to do is decide and stick to it. If there is time and space to take a look at AVAX, thank you, Sam. Send in a TA or super chat if you would like me to do a deep dive. You know the deal. It could be $199. It doesn't have to be a lot, but there's going to be more super chats coming in, and it's going to be harder to pick and choose which one. So please do the right thing. Love is the strongest frequency in the game. Shout out to Kevin Baker. May you stay blessed, brother. Marcus 10K. I was born in this financial debt slavery system, and your teachings and knowledge, I'll be able to break from it sooner. Thank you, Lifer. Real soon. You will. And it's all about your mind. If you can push your mind to the limit, if you can change your mind to believe, then you will start doing the things that you believe in. Okay? Okay. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. May God bless you all. And let's get into it. Let's break it down. We called the short yesterday. I put it out on Twitter. You can go through my whole Twitter feed. We put the short out. We called it on the live stream, and it would hit my target to the T, right? And so, or not to the T, but we were off by maybe 60, 70 bucks. But hey, pretty awesome. So look, this falling wedge should break to the upside. But look, now you have a heavy resistance that you just can't seem to get back above, which is right here. It's where you bounce. Look, previous bounce becomes new resistance and vice versa. So bounce, 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 resistance, resistance, resistance. So I see this shoulder, this bigger head, and this little right shoulder that could definitely dump us down to 26,890, all right? And then I also see this shoulder here, this head, and this right shoulder, which could dump us, begin the dump. What you want to do is look for a bearish retest of the 5 or the 7 minute time frame. That's the key, right? So you don't have to even short until you see a retest here, and then it drops to the downside. Yesterday, if you were in my trading group, let's break this down because it's important for people to see, all right? And I'm just going to take you through the progression of what you get if you're in my trading group. Just so you understand that, I don't just say something and leave it there. I stay on it. I stay on it. I stay on it. I stay on it, all right? So here's the deal. It started with the morning, right? And Bitcoin was in this flag, 28,890. 28,090 could have been the measured move, right? Let's take a look at what happens here. V-Chain could pop to the upside. We saw BOOKMAP showed more liquidity to the downside than to the upside, which corroborated the story. It added to the idea that this was highly likely going to happen, all right? We keep moving down. I love this man, Joe Dispenza. 5 minutes after you wake up, do exactly what, stay in the present moment. If you're feeling any type of fear or anguish or emotions, you're not in the present moment. You're worried about what you did in the past, or you're thinking about something in the future. Get worry and fear out of your life, a fake emotion acting real. How do you do that? By staying present. Stay present. Stay present. In the present, you can do anything you put your mind to, right? So look, I saw this flag, and we were talking about the flag, and the flag could take us down to this area. And look, then it made what's called a bearish retest, all right? If you look here, and I'll bring up the chart big boy style, it fell out of the channel, but it tried to get back in. Bearish retest. Perfect entry for a short time move, right? So bearish retest right there, pointed it out to my trading group. So you would have learned this stuff in the trading group. You would understand exactly as it's happening, all right? Really cool quote here. I was looking at this. In 1903, Henry Ford's lawyer was advised not to buy stock in Ford. The horse is here to stay, he was told by the local bank. He bought $5,000 worth of the stock and sold it in 1919 for $12.5 million. Two key concepts here. One, he listened to what he knew in his own fundamentals, not what everyone else told him, right? So you can't do what other people tell you to do. Number two, he sold. He took profits. He didn't wait all the way. I mean, had he waited now, it'd probably be up even like billions of dollars. Who knows? But still, he turned $5,000. And I was fascinated. I never realized back then you could speculate like a meme coin and turn $5,000 into $12.5 million. So investing has always been an interesting way for people to get ahead, for people to get an exorbitant amount of money that normally would have never come their way. And so just, that's a really cool concept, something to think about. And that was, I put that out on my tweet. I retweeted the person that did that, just so you know, on my tweet, to give them credit for that. It's a good sign. I may have done the right thing here. PEPE, it's funny. They're getting 994 tweets. Then they're up to 1.48 million tweets for PEPE. That thing is continuing to rip, and that's amazing. So look, let's get back until then at 5:05 p.m. So look, I put out the bearish retest here. I just want to take you through the progression at 12:56 at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right? By 5, it's starting to fall down. You're in the money in the short, right? Short starting to fall. 28,384 was the target, okay? Then I'm sitting here and I say, well, that's a shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's a complex head and shoulder, likely to drop further to the downside. It is what it is, right? And I was in my car here after I got a back massage. My back was so tight, but, I feel way better now. And that did get a bounce to the downside here, right? Amazing. And then continuing the move further and further down, and VeChain 3S would pump to the upside out of a flag. So you just find a short asset that will pump on a Bitcoin dump, right? And then lo and behold, right, as we look at it here, you can see we got very, very close to my target at 28,384, and the entry was right there at the bearish retest. So I gave my knowledge away to anyone who could have seen it. I even put this out on Twitter, right? Just proving to people that all you have to know is your measured moves, your shapes, your retest, your support of resistance, and all these key concepts come together to let you see what's happening in the markets. And then you would have been able to make a beautiful short yesterday. You wouldn't be upset. You'd be in the money if you're in the trading group. So just something to think about. Getting the knowledge from people that do this for a long, long time is the key. All right? You'll be able to do this too. Just like I was able to see all this before it happened, because, and look, you lost a high volume node. When you do that, you come down to the value area low. That's the VRVP. So I combine support and resistance, the VRVP, the indicators, and just my own brain that's able to see things that most people aren't unable to see. And if you keep doing this and you dedicate yourself to a craft, you will see things that other people can't see. So called short in the AM. I never flip-flopped Bitcoin, right? And so it is what it is. And we got very close to my target. Look at that. They wicked like right down there within $50, $60 of the target. So anyway, just wanted to take you through that progression, understand how we saw it yesterday. And hey, who knows what happens today? It may be a similar idea. So I see this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, okay? All depends on what the 7-minute can do and if we can build more liquidity here. But right now we're pretty flat. The sentiment is interesting. You see a lot of fear in the market. There's a lot of fear. We're going to look at our crypto fear and greed index right now, and we're going to break that down for you too as well. It did bounce back into neutral, which is a good sign. It was getting way, way heavy into the greed. I like that it pulled back into the 52 region. If this comes back in here and we go to 28, 25, 22, 19K, anything is possible. You have to be open-minded. To me, that would be a scoop-up opportunity to be grabbing as much cryptocurrency or Bitcoin as I can in these moments in time. We only have a year to the halving, 2 years to the big move, and then after the halving, you have about 12 to 18 months to the high of the market cycle. Sitting yesterday, really, really, really key insight today, honestly, is look at my channel today if you can, and you go to our videos. I do a price report every Wednesday night. If you didn't know, I don't think everybody realizes that we put out a price report every single Wednesday at about 7:30, and I was on with Feroz, and he dropped some beautiful knowledge. This man dropped some beautiful, beautiful knowledge. Really smart guy to have on your channel. I was super excited. I've been on ATP with him. My spidey senses peaked up that he was doing something interesting. And I said, man, this is someone worth listening to. You can tell when someone's worth listening to. Well-spoken, calm, great demeanor, family man, also a businessman, right? He produces software, one of the smartest people you probably meet. Amazing guy. And this conversation was amazing between two, older gentlemen. I'm in my 40s. I think he's around my age too as well. And we're able to kind of, for a young man or woman, anyone that's looking to invest, change their life, again, not financial advice, but this was just awesome. He shared a lot of his life. I shared a lot of mine. And then we also went over, some really worldly topics that were happening for the day. I would definitely jump into this and watch this. It will blow your mind. We'll get this out. Let's get this out onto the socials if we can, team. Just put a link out and say, hey, great conversation with Feroz. Maybe we can take some pieces out and send it all around the internet like we do. But may God bless you all who did watch this interview. And let's get this. Let's run this up to at least 1,000 views like most of the other streams and continuing to rip to the upside. So thank you, Feroz. If you're out there, God bless you. I really appreciate you jumping on into the live with me. It was amazing. Okay, back to Bitcoin. So 7-minute is actually showing signs of life here. I talked about the fact that this could be an inverted head and shoulder to the upside. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? Could we get a little bit of a move here? Can the short squeeze save us? Can we hold 28,007 and get a move to the upside? I see this as a bear flag. I see kind of a shoulder, an elongated, kind of like a more rounded head there. Also kind of an Adam and Eve in a way. And then I see this as a possible another right shoulder, but you back what you saw head and shoulder. Now you see an inverted. What do I do then? What you do is you let each time frame play out. You stay in the present moment. See, my trading style is all about staying in the present. Once I figured out my life and how to manage my life, it was the same way in how to manage my trade. So right now, the present moment says there's an inverted head and shoulder that can break us up to this line. So we must heed that and basically kind of just watch, and what someone could do personally, an idea is using head and shoulders all the time, right? So again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking as financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade, right? But the idea here is a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, and the measured move for there is about 29,362. Same thing that I did yesterday when I found this shoulder, when I found this shoulder, head, and these shoulders, and I knew we were going to go to the downside. Exact same concept. So look, if you can play this inverted head and shoulder to the upside, which is flipped now, then you can play this head and shoulder to the downside. I love flipping the chart upside down because it makes me get relieved. So I'm like, it's not always going to go the way I want it to go. I'm like, well, because if you want it to go that way, you're like, it's never going to go my way. But who cares? It's not about what you want. It's about what the charts convey. What are the charts saying? Charts say that you can definitely get a move all the way up here to 29,373, right? And you could breach this line. What I'm telling everybody is, look, resistance. This is major resistance now. 29,000 is major resistance. If we can't get back above 29K, expect more downside. What I like is we went to the volume area lows right here, moving back up. There's a gap in the VRVP, tells us we can get back above this point of control. As I made an update to my trading group already this morning, I said, hey, we need a 4-hour candle closing above this. We need a daily candle to close up here, above 29,500, right? If we can't get back above these two zones on the 4-hour and the daily, expect more downside. It's very crucial we breach this line at one point, or we are headed down on this bear. So what you do is you watch the 7-minute. It gives you the confirmation because in 1 to 2 hours, the 7-minute will confirm what it's going to do, right? This could flip-flop, go sideways, and start to drop. And then we know that the bear flag is kind of taking control. And the right shoulder here of this shoulder, let me show it to you again because it's not a perfect head and shoulder. It's very hard to see. But it's got some head and shoulder vibes there. I'll pull this one away. You get it? So, again, everyone looks at me like, how do you do two things at once? How can you do this? It's chess. This is chess. If you're playing chess, not checkers, all right, you have to have multiple ideas of what to do. This is just like, I keep going over this, and I don't mean to be violent, but this is war, right? And I look at trading just like in war. And when you're in war, you don't know how you're going to get taken out. You don't know exactly what's going to happen. You prepare for every different thing you can. The land, air, and the sea, right? Even underground if you have to. So just like in Vietnam, right? They were underground all over the place. That's kind of what gave them an edge. The tunnels, they were tunneling all over the place. It was very hard for us to win that. That's what happened. It was also, a lot of politics around that. I have a picture of my dad, and he's at the Washington Monument, in Washington, D.C., protesting. God bless my dad, man. He was like a hippie in that picture. No shirt, leaning against a VW bus. I got to find that picture. But I would like to show it on the live. It's an amazing picture. His buddy had it in a wallet. And about like 20 years ago, he was able to find it and give it to him. And it blew my mind. I'm a young kid looking at my dad. He's got his shirt off. No, I don't think he has shoes on. And he's leaning against a VW bus. And there's just people all around him. And he's just sitting there like, I'm like, man, my dad, it's like, shout out to my mom and dad. They were hippies of another generation, born in the mid 40s. So by the time it was 1970, they were 25, 26 years old, and they were the epitome of the baby boomers. God bless my parents, beautiful people. Love, my mom is one of the loveliest people you'll ever meet in your life. I can count the amount of times my mother yelled at me on my hand, man. I swear on my life, like, she's the best person on earth. Like, I was given the greatest mother on earth. Like, I get emotional how beautiful my mother is. What a special person. I love you so much, Mom. You're the best. You are. I love you, Dad, too, and I love both my sisters. I have a twin sister, older sister, and that's my family. I was the only boy in the family. But I have a twin sister. Many people don't realize I'm also a twin, right? So look, shoulder, head, and shoulder here, okay? We have to heed this idea. What could negate it is if we break above this line, right? And we get to this circled zone, then that whole head and shoulder idea is gone out the window. Right now, we're still watching this, and honestly, we got a little bit of a flag here too, right? Flags could break you to the upside as well, so I keep it simple. Everyone wonders, how did he hit the short yesterday? How did he figure this out? How does he see all these different things? Because I'm able to just look at what the charts give me, and I don't use my emotions. That's the key. It's the true key. I don't go, what happened to Bitcoin? Why, who sold it? Everyone's like, tell us what happened. Why is Bitcoin dumping? I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. To me, Bitcoin dumped because it had a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. The charts conveyed what was going to happen. I don't get into the news and the narratives. I get into narratives when it comes to like the tech, like, okay, AI is going to be big, stuff like that. That's an overall bigger look narrative, right? Can we take a look at AVAX, please? Thank you. X10. You're 10Xing on AVAX? I'm not sure. God bless you, man. I'm a twin. To hints the name. What is to hints the name? I don't know what that means. Sounds like you're saying lifers. Shout out to everybody here. Sam is the man, like every day. Shout out to Jebitron, man. There he is again. I always see it too. You know what I mean? I always see it too. Shout out to the 800 beautiful souls in the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. 314 likes, $4 in chat revenue. May God bless you all for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Okay, so we're watching Bitcoin here, right? And I see more bearish sentiment than bullish because we got to get back above the zone. Let's take a look at our 1 hour time frame, and it's a little spent. However, it has some legs here on the stochastics, on the RSI. Stochastics are getting a little spent as well. So right now I'm watching the 7-minute time frame. The 7-minute will confirm this right shoulder, and if it does, there's more downside coming, in my humble opinion. I see more downside right now because we're not able to get back above a resistance. When you can't get above a resistance, you have to assume there is more downside. Right now, BOOKMAP is shredding us down a little bit, and it's weird that I didn't see a liquidation there. All right, I thought for sure we would catch a liquidation. Let's take a look at what's happening. So I didn't wake up saying, hey, let's go long, right? No. I wake up looking at the facts in front of me and, just looking at exactly what I see. And you see, it's a lot of chop right now. It is a lot of chop, but look, even the liquidity early this morning suggested that we would go lower to the downside, right? Not a lot more, but this could, and there's the long liquidations happening as we speak. They're liquidating the longs right now. People that decided, it was a perfect time to get into the trade. I didn't see that. The charts did not convey that it was a good time to open up a long. So these people can't obviously see what we can see. It's retail, maybe people with money that are just jumping into the markets. Also, though, there's people buying Bitcoin. You have to remember that. There's people attempting to buy Bitcoin as well. So it's very, very interesting. All right. Amazing. I love you, dude. Shout out to Toby Linares. No asset in the group. It's on to me to learn it for myself. I saw a tiny bit of bullish divergence on the charts in Bitcoin, 30-minute time frame, but it was not very pronounced. 30-minute. Okay, I see it. I see it right there. Thank you for saying that. Swing up to swing up. Bit of a swing down here, and we did get a bounce. See, the thing is, divergence gave you the bounce there. That was a perfect trade, right? Smaller time frame trade, but you couldn't get above the resistance and this trend line. So divergence only takes you so far. That what I've learned. And if there's momentum pushing, you got to heed that momentum. So like right now, look at this. The 30-minute is rolling over. Okay, the 15-minute is pretty overbought. Unless we get an amazing short squeeze right now out of this shoulder, head, and the shoulder, which we could. And that's why I stick to the 7 and let the 7 play out. That's why, this basically, the best idea is to just play the shapes as they come. So that is an inverted head and shoulder. It does suggest we can get to the upside. We let the 7 minute. In an hour, we're going to see whether this came back down here or whether this flag begins to break out. Now, there's a 68% chance that we can break out of here because that's a flag and that's a right shoulder of the inverted. So, hey, only time will tell. All right, only time will tell. I'm not going to go into much smaller time frames here because it's going to get a little nifty, right? And I got all these weird lines going on. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's the bear flag here, and we're watching this inverted head and shoulder on Bitcoin at the 7 minute. And again, if the 4-hour candle closes above 29,000, we can begin to kind of maybe get a work on out and get to the top of this channel. It is channel trading. Technically, we should end up here. 1, 2. We should end up here somewhere at the top of the channel, even if we're more bearish and we end up lower. Okay. Shout out to the 850 people. I want 1,000. I would desire 1,000 people on this live. I desire that many people to learn more about cryptocurrency. I desire that many people to learn the education and not get rocked and wrecked. I would have loved if everyone else had the same knowledge I had yesterday and they didn't long the market and they got rocked. You know what I mean? They were able to short the market because that's what the market told you what to do. You got to look at the charts. You can't do anything different. You got to look at the charts. And also we look at BOOKMAP to see where the actual data is. And what I love about BOOKMAP is you see what's going on behind the candles. Their website really says it all at the first time you go to it, right? But if you click here and you see what's going on, you can see a platform that displays market liquidity. Check what the candles are hiding. Those are candle bodies, but what's inside? Where are the order books? Where could we go up or down? Using BOOKMAP has given me so much more clarity. I have links to BOOKMAP in the description below, and I can't stand when it does that. I have links to BOOKMAP in the description below, so you can check it out for yourself. And we have Global Plus, and it's the best discount in the market if you can. Hit those links. They do help me. Many links below are affiliate links to KuCoin, affiliate links to MEXC, TradingView, even the Brave browser, how I'm bringing it to you. I'm doing everything here on the Brave browser, okay? So 7 minute says there could be a short squeeze coming. They got people a little excited, and so I'd be watching the 7 minute for a bit of a short squeeze. Get rid of the moving averages just so you can see this clear. Shoulder, head, and shoulder. And I'm just showing you what I'm seeing. Every day I show you exactly what I'm seeing, right? I'm not candy coating it, cookie cutting it, whatever you want to say. Cookie cut. I don't know. What is it? Yeah, I'm not candy coating it, right? I'm just showing you exactly what my mind sees. Hey, you take that however you want it. That's the knowledge I bring every single day. Bitcoin is receding like my hairline. Shout out to Chris Hunt. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. Brother, can you take a look at Solana? And a chance if you send it to Super Chat, we can. We have a lot to go over. Warriors of Fake Emotion, acting real. Exactly. I love what he just said. Shout out to Wyver and Hubbard. Waiting for the pump. CNC Ireland. The British perspective, that's what's up. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to my blue crew. Toby Linares, CNC Ireland, and everybody else here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Lakochi Coker, my man. Love you. And Jamie Zeno, my man. Thank you for being here. Live, can you take a look at Flare? The charts, please. Marcos, 10K. Thank you. We will get to your Super Chat. God bless you. We will get to your Super Chat. God bless you. I bought Pepe on MEXC. Pepe, you can buy Pepe on MEXC. Shout out to Swader Hostin for the 777s. And who's going to see me in Austin, Texas? We're going to Austin, Texas, the 26th to the 28th. And I don't even like flying, so when I get on a plane, it's a big deal for me. It takes me away from the charts. You know what I mean? But we got a beautiful elite. We got a beautiful group of people that when I'm on that plane for 4 or 5 hours, and even there, I'll connect to the Wi-Fi. I usually fly JetBlue. I like JetBlue the best. It's the best. I don't know why. It just makes me most comfortable. I like watching those, whatever's on there gets me through the flight. So may God bless each and every one of you for being here, and may you have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here with me. 850 people on the live, 360 likes. Maybe we get the likes all the way up to the watchers. It would be a blast. Also, if you want more people to know about cryptocurrency, if you believe in what you're doing, you want more people to know, right? Say you bought a coin called Cash, you want more people to know about it if you hit the like button. So the like button's not really, I say, hey, hit the like button for my channel, and it does help, but it also helps you. It's a selfish thing for you to hit the like button because more people are going to know about cryptocurrency. Does everybody here want to become a crypto millionaire? Who here doesn't want to be a crypto millionaire? Or we don't even talk about the money, but who here just wants to make more than they had before? Who here entered cryptocurrency because that's their dream? Their dream is to turn a little bit into a lot and change their lives. If that's what you want, then hitting that like button is going to be the smartest thing you could do because more people are going to know about the things that you're investing in, right? It's complete common sense to hit the like button. It really is. It's critical thinking. If you do some critical thinking right now, the like button will be a smart decision in my humble opinion. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here every single day, baby. Every single day. So, yeah, I'm watching this kind of a symmetrical triangle, the right shoulder, and a bit of a double bottom here too. And it's almost a tiny cup and handle if we go to like the 1 minute. Nah, that's too much right there. It's interesting enough, though. It's an interesting consolidation. It's almost a descending triangle there. Some mixed signals too. Remember, Thursday is also going to dry up. The liquidity dries up by this afternoon. And then we get to Friday, the slow-moving Friday. So just be careful. We could even go sideways for the day, right? I'll show you another chart too, just to convey what I'm seeing. And so we watch this. I mean, and the key for me is if we break out here and the 5 minute hits this, the bullish retest, just like yesterday when we hit the bearish retest to the downside, right? We could get the bullish retest to the upside, all right? I just want you to understand that it doesn't matter which way you're looking at the charts. I just flipped it upside down. Look, bullish retest to the upside, but that was the bearish retest to the downside. And then you'd be looking here is the bearish retest to the downside. That would be the bullish retest to the upside. I hope I just changed the way you looked at the charts immediately. Alt-I is how I flipped the chart upside down. I was able to really change the way I looked at the charts by doing that. So, yeah. Creator Crypto, I was checking AVAX. I was buying around 16.5 and 17. Bitcoin keep going down. We will get to those numbers. Have a great day. Shout out to Underling. Shout out to Timmy versus NWO. My dream is to never quit my job and elevate my boss, man. Hey, that would be the greatest dream on earth, man. Honestly, I don't believe I'm your boss. Or maybe your God is your boss. I believe, Jamie, that you're a light worker that has seen my struggle in my life, and you have combined your frequency with mine. And anyone that gets close to me and becomes like, a true mover in my company, you'll have nothing to worry about for the rest of your life, in my humble opinion. God bless you for being here. I know you can't see me. Don't worry. I'll be back. Just look at the charts right now. I don't want you to look at my beautiful blues right now. I want you to stare at the charts, baby. But thank you for telling me that I was gone. I did forget I was gone. I'm not going to lie. I'm hoping to make enough cash to keep my house, baby. Yikes. That sounds like you're in a bit of a pickle, man. Did you overextend yourself? Okay. Hey, anything is possible. Anything is possible, but I even got some anxiety from reading that. I really did, because it's like, whoa, tight situation. See, I stayed in a one-bedroom apartment until I had enough to never worry about it. You know what I mean? Like, I never wanted to put myself in economic slavery. I never wanted a mortgage. Like, I just never wanted to have, I wanted to pay at least 60% for my home when I buy a home. You know what I mean? At least if I can, I want to spend at least 60%. I don't, I'll take a mortgage, and again, some people say, hey, use the government debt. And I get that. And I'll flip it around and I'll see. But I always wanted to buy my house cash, honestly, if I could, Mortgage is like a mortuary. That's where I'm at right now. That crazy one bedroom. Hey, I was in a one bedroom apartment, sleeping on a mattress on the floor, making gains. Dude, I was in a one bedroom apartment for 10 years. Actually, about 11 years. I really was. I thought I was just going to be there for a year or two. I was there for a lot longer than I thought, And the reason is when I made more money to move out of that one bedroom, instead I bought Bitcoin on the low. I really did. Like, I was committed to my own personal investment strategy, and I kept doing it over and over again. I used to work a night shift, and I wore like a t-shirt and the same hoodie and jeans. I would wear the same jeans for 5-6 days straight. I didn't always dress like this and have a new suit on every single day of my life. No way. It took a long time. Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about you. How are you doing? How is your life? How's your family? May God bless you and your endeavors. And thank you so much for bringing your energy to my stream and changing my life in such a beautiful way. So again, we're going to watch price action right here. But to me, flop on our moving averages, it's where the 21-day moving average is. And we're starting to get tight too. And when you get tight in a downtrend, it tends to be more droppage to the downside. So again, I keep saying I'm more bearish than bullish. If I had to make a call, I say we drop to the downside. But I got to let this inverted head and shoulder play out. There's a 32% chance we just go sideways and we dump. And that it is this shoulder, head, and that's the right shoulder that we're forming. Also a bit of an M pattern right there too. Agreed? So, and Bitcoin sitting kind of, pretty flat today at 28,750. Shout out to Robert Cardoza. Check out Cambria. Celebrate his first super chat, everybody. His first super chat. Let's give him a round of applause. Hey, we see you out there. God bless you. Thank you for that first super chat. Flair, AVAX, OVR, and Cat. OVR and Oli, but goody. I remember OVR. Met the OVR team. Blessed I woke up today. Arubis, God bless you. That's the key. If you woke up, some people did not wake up today. Sad to say, some people did not wake up today. Moment of silence for all the pain and anguish that has been caused in the last few days. You know, a lot of just, you know, I read that story about the 84-year-old dude who took out the kid. Man, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? You were that afraid, like, and you're 84 years old. You just want to sit at home and rest your life. Like, kid just hit the wrong doorbell. The whole thing hurts, right? Your head is blocking the numbers on the low end. What is your target to the downside? Don't worry, man. Don't worry. My head is not blocking the numbers. You'll be fine. I'm in a pretty good spot. 27,800, and you could also gone back further down and just scan it when you saw this coming up and then come back. But I get it. 26,890 and 27,800 are my two targets. But I would wait for a bearish retest of this level right here, just like the bearish retest yesterday of this level. So I'm teaching you how I would play it, you know, and then you can kind of take that knowledge and, you know, use that for the rest of your life in all different type of trading scenarios. So right now we're watching Bitcoin on the 7-minute time frame to see if this inverted head and shoulder will break us on out or if we're going to slowly jump to the downside. I don't know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I do not know where Bitcoin's going to go. Yesterday, I had no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I just saw the shoulder head and the right shoulders, okay? 777s right there for Bitcoin. 777s for Bitcoin. Always when I'm here, the 777s will appear for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it is what it is. It's like I can't explain it, but lately they follow me around no matter what I do, all right? Tori, you're the man, dude. And Tori likes CELR, man. He knows. He likes CELR. We go over CELR for Tori whenever he sends a super chat. He knows. We just know what Tori wants. It's like the bartender that knows exactly what the person comes to get every single time, all right? BOOKMAP showing just kind of stagnant volatility. Just a lot of up and down price action here for BOOKMAP. Nothing really crazy going on. We're going to watch the charts to convey what's happening, all right? The inverted head and shoulder does suggest we could get a move to the upside, and this little flag does suggest we could pump. So let's see. Measured move would take us to 29,156. Would be a pretty substantial move if someone was trading like a scalp. Yeah. Okay. And okay, God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. The market's waiting for Yellen. Is Yellen talking today? Is that what's happening? Can we get any news on that, team? Remarks by Secretary. I don't see anything. I'll move on, but if my team could fill me in, I'll have Slack open on the left. If there's anything I should know about, let me know. I'd appreciate it. Okay. Yellen spoke already. What did she say? Sam, how was your softball team? The Starfish, they're good, man. How do you know about the Starfish already? It's so insane. Thank you for saying that. Oh, we're all right. You know, our first game is this weekend. Our first game is this weekend. We had practice yesterday. All right. Got to get better with, like, we got to figure out the schedule. It's getting a little mixed up, though. Flare, AVAX, OVR, Cat. Is Gala V2 replacing Gala, or is it a separate token seller? I haven't heard about Gala V2. I'd have to kind of do my own research there and jump on that. Maybe I'll put that in the trading group once we tackle that idea, right? So Bitcoin sideways in a bear flag. The bear flag is likely to break to the downside, but we could get saved by that inverted head and shoulder. And so we're watching the 7-minute to see how it plays out. It's getting oversold in the stochastics RSI. There's lack of seller momentum here, which tells me we may get a bit of a move to the upside, all right? So, and remember, there's bullish divergence on the 30-minute chart. So it's interesting. Okay, shout out to everybody here on the live. Gonna get at work with that softball. Found that out. Lots of base running. The largest single liquidation order happened on Binance Litecoin with a value of $3.92 million. Wow, someone got absolutely bent out of shape there. Something happened here. I had like a, I don't know, like a dust in my throat or something. Pay the man the like, said my man CNC Ireland. Thank you for the love, man. And we're going to get to your super chats. Do not worry. We're going to get into every single super chat. We just got to get into the market. So this is Bitcoin. We can leave Bitcoin alone for now. And we're going to jump on into the show. All right, we're going to jump on into the show. Kaz finally falling below my buy at 26.84. Super excited. Now, if I were to purchase it, I would buy it cheaper than I bought it, than I sold it for, which was the point. But it took a long time, everybody. It was not easy. I put out DYP in my trading group. Thing is up 44% and still holding massive gains of about 40. Let's bring this down out of about 39, 38%. So this thing is doing damage. I put it out in the trading group down here at this area. It held, and if you look at the bigger idea, I saw that we're just in the channel and just pattern trading it to the upside of the part of the channel was the only thing I was looking at. POLX was another coin that I liked to go over and talk about. Definitely didn't completely pump, came back down. Not amazing, right? There, I wanted to pump to the upside. We were low in the stochastics. It gave way. Always use a stop loss. No chart is going to play out. That chart didn't play out, but now it looks like it could be coming back to the upside. Let's pull the fib. And again, telling you, pulling fibs will change your life. I made a video about pulling fibs today on Twitter, where you could watch it, and it got very close to the 618 Fibonacci level right there. See that? Yeah, I mean, that's the golden pocket. It basically touched, and then it got a bounce off there. Not saying it's going to guarantee get another bounce, but I mean, this 22 hour says that POLX could get a nice move to the upside. I would be watching POLX based on Fibonacci levels, right? Nothing more, nothing else. I know about the project, and I don't own any right now, just to disclose, but I know about the project. I've never been, and again, just want everybody to know, I don't take money from any other any channel. The only thing I do is my affiliate links, right? Like BOOKMAP, like MEXC, but everything else I'm not into. Like if someone, I get letters every day. Can you promote our project? We have a new DeFi, blah, blah, blah. And I write them back. I'm sorry, regretfully, but I do not push other people's coins or, because I don't know what they're into. I don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's I don't want to ruin my name. My name is what it is, and I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, right? So look, 124% gains here. We're at the 0.03658 level, all right? And this thing could moon to the upside, and it could very well go a little lower down to the 786 Fibonacci level and bounce off this level too, I just look at it, and also everyone thinks that every time you get into a trade, and look, there's the dump to the downside for Bitcoin. Starting to get a little bit of a dump here. Still staying in the flag, but, it could be making that right shoulder, and we're getting long liquidations right now on BOOKMAP. Long liquidations on BOOKMAP. 33,014. This is showing who's actually getting liquidated. All right. I have BOOKMAP up, and I see it on my left screen. I'm going to know exactly what Bitcoin's doing. But look, it's still inside a flag here. Don't get too emotional. Just let it play out. A short is a long is a short. That's still a flag with an oversold level, and you still have a little bit of lack of bearish momentum here. So just pointing that out, and that's why we're going to sit and wait and just watch. The smartest idea here is to let it break out, and if it bullishly retests this area, I'd be looking for a possible entry here for a move to the upside. Anything on BAX looks like it wants to cook. Also, use cob.ag on BOOKMAP. No. Shout out to everybody here. Okay, where can I find the link to the Lifer Discord? Very simple. I'll put it up there for you so you have access to it. All right? I will pin it in the comment section for you so you have access to it. And then if you want also to jump into MEXC, a good place to jump in because we go over a lot of coins on MEXC almost every single day. So here I just posted 2 links together inside of a comment. And what I can do is I can right-click the comment here, and I can pin the message. Now you're going to have a pinned message at the top right there. It's the blue message. There you go. All right? There you go. We'll start a poll as well. All right? And I want to ask you, do you hold, because it's been coming up a lot on my live streams recently, every time I interview somebody, do you hold more Bitcoin or ETH? I'm going to ask the community, do you hold more Bitcoin or ETH? Ask the community. I want to know. I want to know if you hold more Bitcoin or ETH. All right. And there's the poll for you. Do you hold more Bitcoin or Ethereum? And let's find out what we do. Is she okay, babe? Oh, wow. I never heard her do that. She dancing, baby? I have a 2-year-old. She is the sweetest thing in my life. Oh, I like to just spend as much time with her as I can. Forget about the world and just hang out with my 2-year-old. She is such an amazing, she's just amazing. She's just such a blessing in this life. The innocence of a 2-year-old is just, it's a miracle. Being around a little kid is a miracle. And I'm so happy I had a kid a little later in my life when I was about 38. So I'm 40 and I still got a 2-year-old baby, man. She's the best. Nasty little sell-off here for Bitcoin, right? And I'm just telling you, if we can't get back above the zone, as I said before, expect more downside, all right? I'm not telling you where Bitcoin's going to go. I'm showing you how I figure out how to make a trade based on probability. That's all. It's all probabilities, nothing more, nothing less. You don't really have to say what it is, just answer the question, you know what I mean? But I appreciate it. ETH, because of all the coins I own on ETH. That's smart. I like that, actually. You're funny. I love that you cherish your child. Much respect. You have to. I cherish my wife, my children. I cherish each and every one of you. I cherish everybody in my life. Everybody is a creation of God, a beautiful creation of God, and that's why I cherish you all. All right. Ramadan, last day, maybe the last day of Ramadan, today or tomorrow, and we have a lunar eclipse. What was the last crypto you bought? What was the last crypto that you bought? I want to know too. What was the last crypto in which you purchased? Let me know the last crypto in which you bought. I want to know. I'm interested to see, you know what I mean? Makes sense. Yeah, I love to find out what y'all are up to. I love finding out what y'all are up to. I want a little more. There we go. Wow, so we got, let's see what people are saying here. Cardano, Atom, Render, Theta, Pepe, right? There's some Pepes in there. Who likes Pepe? You know, ADA, CGPT, okay, Cat. That's why he's asking, right? Hex, Jasmine, Shiba, Pepe. So we're looking at Frontier, Wax, Sis. Ooh, you're going hard. Sam, I see you, fam. Let's go, brother. Shout out to Big Tuna Crypto, brother. I love you, man. Thank you for being here. Wicked Tuna Kid, Wicked Tuna. Morpheus Labs, okay, Pepe. Morpheus Labs is hot. NMW, we'll take a look at that too as well. Gala, buying more CAS today. Interesting. I may start to load back up into my CAS. I believe I can get a little lower if I just stay patient. All right. Thank you for the super chats from Toby. And what I'm going to do is just paste those in to my conversation with my man over here so I can just look left and I won't have to look for them again. God bless you. Thank you for the love. Pepe, baby. Scallop, Pepe. Ooh, we have a lot of Pepes out here. And honestly, if we go here, look, Pepe is trending with 1.49 million tweets. I've almost never seen something like this in my life. Like, this is the most tweets I've ever seen. The Pepe, most memorable meme coin in existence. Let's make meme coins great again. I don't know what happened with this gigantic Pepe extravaganza, but I mean, I have never seen this many tweets in my life. Look at this one, FKPEPE. That's hilarious. It's probably a coin called FKPEPE, right? Tired of seeing Pepe on your timeline? Sick of that green frog? Join the movement. Here's the contract, FKPEPE. See, he's trying to... Oh my gosh. I'm just curious. I have to look on Deck Screener. I just have to see if like what the chart looks like. FKPEPE for wrapped ETH. This is ridiculous. It actually is moving so insane. You know what I mean? It's just so insane. Like, that's insane. Again, be very careful. If I trade a mean, I put what I'm willing to lose completely, right? Just like, and I don't suggest, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do with your money. But for me personally, I only put what I'm willing to lose if I'm going to trade a meme coin. It's just insane. It does say it could go up 132% out of the flag to the upside. You know, you can even add indicators here. I just type in RSI. It's really all I need. And then the stochastics, right? And I mean, that says it's about to rip. You got a cup and handle here. Actually, this is what's called an ascending cup and handle. The cup is moving up. And I coined this term. I don't know if anyone else uses it. But the cup is moving up with a higher high. But you're coming back down to previous resistance. It's quite interesting. FKPEPE. Now, I'm not going to jump into this. I'm not. And to get this, how would you get this? I'll show you how and I'm just going to teach you how to jump into any type of decentralized coin. I'm not telling you that you should be jumping into this coin. I just want to make it clear I'm not a financial advisor. But what I would look at is I would go to, Uniswap, right? Number one, the first thing I did, I'd go to CoinMarketCap if you can and see if you can verify. And what you want to do is verify the contract address. You could also go to Token Sniffer. There's a bunch of different places you can go. And there it is right there, right? And just I always get the contract address from the horse's mouth, not from Twitter, okay? Look, site can't be reached either. The site, maybe they didn't realize how many people would go, and it got taken down, right? But so you grab this, okay? You would go to Uniswap, all right? You'd connect your wallet to Uniswap, all right? You should have it bookmarked, unlike me, right? I don't go to Uniswap a lot. But uniswap.org is the place you're going to, right? You got to sign into your MetaMask wallet right off the bat, all right? And look, I got testnet v4 last night, and you can see my TPLS, which I don't even know what it really is, but it's my Pulse chain token, like Pulse token, whatever. And, they're getting close. It's getting close. Here you go to the Ethereum mainnet, right? Because that's what you want. And you'd go to launch the app. Now you're on Uniswap, right? Now you'd say, okay, I want to do with all my ETH there. Select the token. And you have to paste the contract address. And there you can find it. You have to say you understand high risk, blah, blah, blah. And then you'd be like, all right, well, usually you can just click on this. But like I got 007. Look at that. Isn't that weird? 007. And this would say, okay, you can buy $13 worth of PEPE, right? The funny thing is, though, and E9 just shows you how many zeros, right? This is nuts. But again, I'm not buying this. I don't advise, I can't tell you what to do. I don't advise myself to be getting to FKPEPE. But hey, it may ride the wave of Pepe. I see what they're trying to do. But they don't have, 1.5 million tweets now. I mean, insane, right? What is this too? I always look at Twitter, what's happening. Fake S just hit the firmament with the biggest rocket ever built and bounced right off and exploded. For the layperson who sees NASA at work, which can't afford to fail, this looks like failure. But for those who know a bit more and are a little design, this was a tremendous success. SpaceX has 2 to 3 more rockets ready to go. So, interesting, it didn't plan out. Starship had a successful liftoff, but unfortunately exploded at T plus 4 minutes into flight after getting stuck in a spin before stage separation. Interesting. Space Giant rocket explodes after launch from Texas. Woof. Look at that. The fact that he even gets to test that stuff is insane. And again, nothing ventured, nothing gained. You know what I mean? Failure is the key to success. That's the key. I probably exploded in midair 100 times, before I eventually figured out how to parachute back down. I like what I'm looking at for POLX. POLX is interesting. Again, learn your Fibonacci's, see how they fit into sequence. I don't own any POLX. POLX, Polyastic is the name of the coin, but it's been hot compared to most other coins. For whatever reason, it's got a bit more of a movement to it than I've seen of other coins, right? Don't distract me with the food. That looks amazing, though. Stack McChain chefing it up. Stack McChain chefing it up. That looks amazing, bro. Little brown corn, I got you with the rice. Oh, man. I'm coming over to your house next week. I'll be in Miami next month, so it's probably going to happen. Let's continue to move here through the chat. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Yes, I planned it out. It planned it out. They were very happy. Progress. Saw this on the IM. Love this stuff. What do they have against Pepe? You're phony, right? Check out Zill looking fire. Hey, Sam, can you check out Ajax? Send it a TA or super chat. And let's see what's up. What's up with the poll? 60% hold more Bitcoin than Ethereum. 63% hold more Bitcoin than Ethereum. Interesting. 263 votes. That's a very healthy voting. I love that. Let's keep it going. Let's get everybody to vote on that idea, right? You holding more Bitcoin or Ethereum? 843 people on the live, 475 likes. Maybe we get the likes into the watchers, so let's keep it moving. Whoa. She got a voice now. She got a voice. So funny. Yeah, I stream from my house and I love my kids, man. So it is what it is. It's an organic show showing you exactly what it is. And I'm not embarrassed at all. I'm so super excited that I'm a family man and I get to spend, I have that much time with my kids. I spend way more time with my kids than the average working person and my wife, right? I can work from home. So shout out to the Bruins for losing last night. They'll bounce back too. It doesn't always go in your favor, all right? Let's take a look at the dollar index. Many people say the dollar index is about to make a big move. Honestly, it's got an ascending cup and handle. It is making a retracement back to its previous resistance area. Take off the moving averages for a split second, and it did somewhat of a double bottom here. Lower low, but somewhat of a double bottom. I'm showing this shoulder, head, and right shoulder. The 22-hour does suggest that it's overbought and could start making a move to the downside. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to move the head and shoulder for now, but you've seen it. You can always go back in time, and you can see that. And I'm not removing it because I don't think it's going to happen. I would never do that. I just need clarity when I look at the charts. I want to see what's happening here with the 22. So the 22 has a resistance here. And would you look at this? I mean, it looks kind of a lot like Bitcoin in a way, but this could be a little shoulder ahead and a little right shoulder too. And you're not able to get above the resistance, and it looks like you're falling further down the rabbit hole. We could open this up and say, hey, does the dollar want to come all the way back down to this region? And this would be its next support zone. If it loses 100 though, and it goes to 99, that's psychological. So right now it does suggest that the 22-hour for the dollar may slump a little bit and come to the downside. The dollar would be falling down, right? And we also see this head and shoulder. So, hey, I just show you what my mind sees, and a lot of times it plays out, so I let my mind go. I just let my mind go. I don't question what my mind's doing. I just let it fly, and like my mind's like, okay, I see, I see what may be happening here. We may be making something like this. But the 22-hour does suggest that we could go the length of the base of this triangle back to the downside. That would coincide with exactly what I'm looking at here with this trend line. And again, when you're up, you come down, you go up, you come down, you go up. It would suggest that we stayed inside this tighter channel. And if we lose that level, that could give us a little bit of a bounce back for Bitcoin. So something to think about. We could get a little bounce back for Bitcoin on the dollar index here. 22-hour not looking amazing. 4-hour actually is oversold though, right? And you kind of have a shoulder ahead and a shoulder there. So you'd have to watch this flag on the 4-hour time frame right there. But it is an M pattern. It would be nice to see if it just continued to slump. Let's take a look at our 1-hour time frame. That also wants to make a bit of a move to the upside. So today it suggests that, I don't see Bitcoin pumping literally until later tonight, until we can get the momentum back and show, like, basically I want to see the stochastics make their way back to the top here and show lack of bearish momentum if we can stay sideways. But this looks like we could get a pump on the dollar, which also wouldn't be a good sign. You kind of have a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder there too as well for the dollar index. So 77 on the dollar index. 77 on the dollar index. So weird. It follows me around. Like any asset I touch, it happens to be on the 77 or does something on the 77, or when I look at it, it's on the 77, and I don't know what's going on, but something's weird's going on with that number. It's following me around no matter where I go. Look at the Dow Jones. Everyone worried about the Dow. We used to talk about the Dow every day here. Kind of gave up on that idea for a while. Definitely decoupled, but look at the Dow on like a huge time frame, like the 10-day chart. All right. And you can see I'm looking at a bigger idea here for the Dow Jones, that it's consolidating in a symmetrical triangle. And as long as it kind of does this, go sideways, we could see the Dow pump. Another reason is they have to print money, and they're going to print money when the debt ceiling, this August, when they raise the debt ceiling, because they're going to have to if they don't, right? So they will, in my opinion, they will raise the debt ceiling. Every politician has kicked the can down the road and continued to put us into further debt, stealing from you. Robert Kennedy had a beautiful speech on Spaces yesterday. I hope you listened to it. And he said, listen, inflation is taxation on the poor, right? They're lowering your purchasing power. The people with less money get hurt the most. People with the more money can handle it. Very similar to a sandcastle. Everyone builds a sandcastle and the wave comes. If your sandcastle is tiny, what happens? It just gets deteriorated, right? But if you have a really big sandcastle, it gets hit, but it's still there a little bit. It just kind of, you get a little less. So these super rich billionaires in the world, inflation hurts them, but they can handle it. People with only $100, $200, it just demolishes them. So inflation is taxation on the poor. It is what it is. Finally hearing a politician say that hard body was a really, really good thing. All right, I'm going to shrink myself down a little bit and move myself out of that zone so you can see the price action. I like to stay in this little pocket if I can. Or do you want me to see me big? Look, I'm Alice in Wonderland. I ate a little cupcake, and now I'm tiny. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Who said that? Who said that? Where? Who said that? Who said that? Hey, Chris, go to your room before I put my foot up here. Everybody, I love you. I love you more than you would ever know. I go to Quahog every single day, and I drink a beer, and I think of crypto life. Anyway, God bless you all for being here. Thank you for jumping on into the live, right? Super chats, Flare, AVAX, OVR, Cat, and CELR. Ember, US is dumping real good. Raising the debt ceiling doesn't mean printing. It means inflation. The printing comes later. When we take out more debt, we kick the can, and inflation makes it worse. Drives all things up in value. Exactly. That's exactly what they're going to happen. They're going to raise the debt ceiling, and they're going to have to print money. You get it? I just said exactly what you said, but yeah, we're on this exact same page. You just want to see it. Nothing's happening with the number. Okay, you can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. Correct inflation is hard on the poor, working, and the middle class. Why is the government selling their Bitcoin? Because they're trying to circumvent the freedom. I disagree that wage increases are primarily reason for inflation. I think corporate greed and supply chain is the issues. Who said wage increases were there? I never said that. I don't know. Anyway, just join, but seeing a falling, broadening wedge on Bitcoin. Thank you, Jeremy Kincaid. Kincaid's a cool name. Irish, right? Pretty Irish. But I think it's an Irish last name. Bobby Kincaid out in Boston, right? So far we opened up, and I basically said that Bitcoin is looking more bearish than bullish. And so far we went from about 2780 to 2870 to 28660. However, we're still inside this little flag, and I see an inverted head and shoulder, oversold in the 7-minute time frame, telling me that there's going to be some type of move here. The probability of the charts are just telling me there's going to be a move to the upside. Nothing more, nothing less. All right. So Pepe the Frog, man, just doing damage. Pretty interesting, Pepe. And again, MEXC is a great place to jump into Pepe. All right. If you're thinking of getting into Pepe, MEXC. All right. MEXC. They have all sorts of different markets, and they have the lowest fees, 0 spot and maker and taker fees, 0 future. If you're just starting out, can't hurt to make a MEXC account, right? Pepe falling down a little bit at 27.90, now lower than the buy I made yesterday. Just remember that, right? And you could, remember, Pepe could rock you. Okay, it's a very, very slow meme coin. Do not do what you see other people do on other channels. Do not do what you ever see another trader do. You don't know their risk tolerance. You don't know what they're into. You don't know if they could lose 50 grand. Someone worth like 10 mil could lose 50 grand and just be like, it's not amazing. But like if I saw someone buy 50 grand or something, right? It's like, that can't do anything to me because it doesn't mean anything. Talk about Pepe Inu. I don't know what Pepe Inu is, man. Just in, Paris Stock Exchange building taken over by protesters. Latest news. Ooh, that's insane, right? They're raising their retirement rate, which means like people that thought they were about to get money have to work 2 more years. I mean, that's crazy. And here we have it on Watcher Guru. Paris Stock Exchange, Euronext building taken over by the protesters. Admits opposition to French political developments. The Paris Stock Exchange has seen its building taken over by protesters. Moreover, the building is located in La Defense Business District, just in the outskirts of the capital. Wow. The protest is rooted in anger with the country over President Macron's recent pension reform. Specifically, the newly enacted plan is set to raise the minimum retirement age from 64 from its previous minimum of 62. Thereafter, anger over the political decision has remained, and that's what they do. I read about it. When inflation kicks in, they try to find as many ways to hide it, right? And so no one's going to get the Social Security. It's going to drain Social Security. So we're going to raise that. We're going to raise that to so what if you were 62, you're about to retire, about to get, your pension, and now you got to work 2 more years, and you just found that out. And that's horrible. Okay. Looking at Tesla, Tem, Hunt, HNT. And let's finish the show now. Let's get back in. So the Dow Jones, as long as it stays above my green zone here at 29, even though a crash down there wouldn't be amazing, but you can see it's starting to bullishly consolidate sideways. I'm just showing you that's a giant, it's kind of a symmetrical triangle. It could go 50-50, but to me it's bullish consolidation. right? Actually even has a larger move to the upside if you take the whole length of the pole. So it's very, very interesting. This thing could make a big move. All right. Yeah, Macron. Yeah. It'll probably be 70 for us. Exactly. Can you give us a look? No. Oh, yeah. EKTA was interesting. Send in a TA or a super chat if you want me to go over a coin. I can't see the coins, and I have a bunch of coins to go over. All right. It's 11:20. I'm telling you, the show moves fast. Before you know it, it's 2 hours. It goes like this. I don't know how or why, but it does. All right. We're going to take a look at tether dominance. All right. And tether dominance actually looks like we could get a spike to the upside too as well. Now, they could print more tether, which creates a bit of a movement, but you have to remember it also comes from this idea that when people sell out of Bitcoin and altcoins, tether dominance goes up a little bit. Also moves up with the dollar if it can. Tether dominance could make a spike here, but that's a 10-day chart. 10-day chart says, hey, it's a big boy chart. And even the daily here is suggesting a move for tether up a little bit. We'd like to see tether not be able to get back above this resistance, possibly make a head and shoulder down. Let's take a look at our 4-hour time frame. 4 hours overbought for tether dominance, like Bitcoin is the other way around. So, hey, that says maybe for 2-3 days now, as this starts to slip down, we may get a little bit of movement in Bitcoin, but it's not amazing, right? And you can see it's still bullishly consolidating to the right side here, tether dominance. Did make a bearish, let's see if it made a bearish divvy on like a weekly chart. That would be some key insight if we could see a bearish divergence on the weekly chart for tether dominance. All right. And I mean, wow, we do see a bearish divergence on the weekly. The last time we saw that, Bitcoin took a nasty dump to the downside, and that could remain the top. Also kind of a shoulder here. A head here and a right shoulder to the downside. That's interesting. And there would be our next major support zone. So you get some mixed signals. Everyone's freaking out. We're in a recession. Should you panic sell your Bitcoin in the recession? You know what I mean? And again, let's get rid of this. I'll show you. Again, I'm not going to show this anymore for now just because they get messy when they're around. We're watching this flag to the upside. At the end of the day, this flag is likely to move. If it's touching the 21-day moving average, which is pretty close, we got tight moving averages. And a downtrend, it's like Bollinger Bands. That could send us even lower. So if we can't get a massive short squeeze here like we usually do around 11:15, which we haven't been getting. Remember, we had short squeezes for like 3 weeks straight. The trend has changed. You can see the trend has changed. Just look at my channel. We're not getting the short squeeze like we had every single day at 10:30 to 11. Remember, we got it for like 3 weeks straight. We're not getting it anymore. Okay? We're not getting it anymore. So just one thing to think about. I'm just going to continue to watch this flag and keep it very simple with low stochastics on the 7. Starting to get a bit of a move to the upside. Again, this would get us above the resistance. First thing we have to do is just break above local resistance right here, this yellow line at 29,034, 29,050 area. That's what we're going to have to get a 1-hour candle close. And I said if the daily can't get back above this area at 29,500, we're going to be in for some possible more downside, even if we get some movement on the smaller time frames. So far, we did get a bounce back to the upside. And why did we get a bounce? Because we hit the bottom of this channel that I drew. Bottom, and we're bouncing back up to the upside. Understanding your charts and just playing the flag, you would have understood why we bounced there. Other way, like, why are we bouncing? Well, we drew the flag, and the flag is attempting to bounce in the zone, all right? Okay. You got TEM, POLX, SPA, right? SPIREX. It's interesting. Look at that on the 7 with a massive pump. That's what's called a symmetrical triangle, right? Which could go either way. But it also showing some bullish consolidation because it pumped up huge on the 7. That thing could continue. It's interesting. Let's take a look at our 1-hour time frame. What is it doing? Slipping a little bit. Look at our 15 anymore. 15 does want to move. And it's got some bullish divergence there, right? It's like slight hidden because that's like such a sharp push up. That's a Class C hidden bullish divergence with lack of bearish momentum. Falling volume with falling price like that suggests that we can't get a move. Like the sellers are just not there. So interesting. We used to trade this coin on and off. That's fascinating to me right there. Very fascinating. And that would be what? A gain of 23%. Previous resistance. And then you got this level here too as well. Very interesting. And I just keep my stop loss below the previous low here. That's on the radar now, for sure. Possible scalp of the 15-minute for this coin. It's continuing up. A lot of times the hot coin of the day could continue to the upside, right? Again, no guarantees. And this could dump all the way to zero right now. This could just, you know what I mean? You got to know nothing but the fact of your own ignorance when you're trading. The more you say, I know nothing, say it with me, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. It's such a good feeling. And you're completely free of having to know everything because you don't. You're just trading. Now, what that tells you is that you're trading probabilities. You're trading probabilities, nothing more, nothing less. All right? That's all you're doing is trading probabilities. All right? Funny, I got these pants from my dry cleaners, and they're kind of itchy. It's interesting. Why am my back thigh? Buying more cast today. Okay. Just reading the comments out there. Paw swap. No. Wow, there's a lot of just spam city today. First time viewer here. You guys all right. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Demolitica. God bless you, brother. I'm seeing a golden cross on the daily Bitcoin. We're going to look at the bigger time frames as well and break it down for you. All right, we're not going to leave you at these minutia, but we do that at the end of the show. So we're going to break down Bitcoin again and the bigger time frames. So if you want to stick with me, all right, you can stick with me. Interesting, HYVE starting to show signs that's another symmetrical triangle there for HYVE. And again, smaller cap gem, very small. When you see the candles aren't full like that, so that's something I may avoid just because the liquidity isn't as thick. You can find out how much liquidity you got just by looking at the candles alone. The candles aren't full. It's telling you the order book isn't that full. So just something to think about. HYVE was a cool coin. We used to trade it on and off, but it doesn't seem to have as much as it used to, right? TemDAO had a little bit of a move. And so these are just the bigger coins of the day. I'm going over the hottest coins that have made a move right now. CREDI finally pulled back. Look, CREDI finally pulled back at one point. So let's take a CREDI on the daily. After a massive pump like that, CREDI got extremely overbought on the stochastics RSI and the MACD. See, this is what I do. When the Stokes and the MAC get too high, right, you can make up a smaller scalp, but there's no guarantees that scalp's going to play out. And again, now, I go back and forth whether I do the entire poll or I just do the first impulse, right? But again, at the end of the day, CREDI, and then I slap on my moving averages. When the 21-day touches price action, that's when you're closer halfway through the dump, depending on. But it looks like we could get to the 618 Fibonacci level too as well for CREDI. CREDI was an unstoppable force. I put it in my lot out, and it just continued to rip. It did an amazing amount of gains for the trading group. Shout out to anyone that jumped on in, but it went up 800%. And we even just here, I started putting out on this flag, and this thing just continued to rip. Unbelievable. It was one of the biggest gainers I'd seen in a long time for CREDI. And now you just, I never chase. I just quietly wait. I've been watching this coin all day because it's in the 618 fib. And you know what? It's been on the 618, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days now. It stayed flat at the 618. It's riding that 618. This is BAB or BAX, like someone asked about earlier today. This thing could make some serious bacon on the beach. All right. I first learned about this coin, I believe, listening to Crypto Love about a year and a half ago. Shout out to Crypto Love, man. Please subscribe to Crypto Love channel. Makes a great 5 to 6 minute video every single day to keep you in the loop and to keep you going in the trades, in the charts, right? And look, this is a 618 golden fib, golden pocket. And it's been there for a while now, right? And look, Bitcoin dumped. And did this dump? No, it did not. This actually stayed the zone, stayed in the lane, stayed in what it was doing, just completed the move. So it's kind of a giant cup and handle too. Now that I really break it down, look at that. That's a giant cup. Sammy Cup and Handy to the upside, all the way to the upside for Sammy Cup and Handy for BAX or BAB, we could call it. Antimatter, if I remember, is in Antimatter had a huge pump. Sub to Crypto Love, thank you. Resistance is about to drop on this coin. I have no idea what he means. Anyway, yeah. And you can see here, it also has a hidden bullish divergence. I'm a bot. I trade like a bot. I don't trade on emotions or ideas or thoughts. I don't listen to other people. And you have falling volume with falling price too as well. This has high likelihood of a move to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here for BAX. All right. I do. Okay. Moving forward. I'm just kind of, I'm just perusing. See, I'm starting to build my ideas. My trades happen 10, 15 days way before the trade. I talked about Render. What a beautiful move for Render, continuing to pump as it got the Solana move, and then the Solana phone came out. 71% gains for Render for anyone that jumped on in. God bless you if you did this. And you could be like, no, he's just no. And that's what I like to show people, the proof. The proof in the pudding. You know what I mean? The proof is in the pudding for render. All right. Here's my render on that 2-day chart, right? And I'm suggesting that render's about to blast up 162%. I saw that the 2-day chart had this flip and a bullish divergence. I saw that this had a swing up and that had to swing down. That's hidden bullish divergence. And I saw this was an inverted head and shoulder at a high volume node with tight moving averages. To me, it wasn't rocket science. Also had falling volume with falling price. Told me that the sellers were on their way out. And what I like to do is actually something I used to do back in the day, but I haven't done in a while. I'll take my pencil, I put it on the screen, and I'm going to line up render right where it happened here. And we can shrink it down, try to make it the same size, and we'll go to the same exact time frame. And again, no stop loss got hit in the making of this trade. Render just did damage, right? And so we grab this, put it right there, and then I grab render and I put it right there. And then now look, we can go back and forth in time, and you can be like, there's your before, there's your after. 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 I do this all the time. I've made so many calls using my system to figure out where price action is going to go. And it happens a lot. You know what I mean? And, you know, the whole market was dumping, but render went up 71%. So while everyone was freaking out and in fear, we were focused on the trades that mattered, right? We were focused on the money and also ahead of the pack. This was before the news. This is on 4-2. This took 18 days. Everyone wants fast money. I'm just telling you, that's 71% at 18 days. So you take 71 divided by 18, and you say, well, okay, because everyone wants to make gains every single day. I want to make gains, right? So 71 divided by 18. And what I love about it is you would have made 3.9% a day. And to make 3.9% a day is amazing. Most hedge funds will give you 6% a year. Imagine making 3.94444% every single day. Unbelievable. Really, really an interesting concept here. So you would have learned this in my trading group. You would have learned all the concepts in which I figured out to get here. And that's rendered to the upside. Shout out to the team. Shout out to anybody. And we send that to the Gains Factory. And we just produce gains in this channel over and over and over again. It does not stop. I produce gains. My elite produces gains. We got elite traders looking at the market. And we've made a family of people that want to grind harder than most people have ever even thought about grinding. And again, you know, you're kind of getting a bit of a hidden bearish divergence now because this kind of is flat. This is moving to the downside, and you're getting overbought in the stochastics RSI. You're at a resistance point. For me, beautiful place to take profits. If it pushes back up, it'll probably retest again on a flag, and that could be another area. And that's why we trade the retest, because you don't chase. Anyone got into render? Doge dumping as the SpaceX rejected air in the 0.618 format. Short it. You're funny. I know that, but illegal okay. Coinbase headed to Mexico City. Yeah, I don't know. You never know. If you're new here, joining the free Discord for amazing free info. When you're ready, join the 99. Kevin, thank you for saying that. Yeah, you can just jump in for free at the very beginning. All right. And let's get into the news right now. It's 11:34. Let's bring you the news like we bring you every single day. And then we get into the super chats. And then we're going to be out of here for the day. And they're going to show you my long-term idea for Bitcoin. All right. And that's the show. Shout out to everybody here. Let's jump on into the news. I'll be right back with the amazing news. Really just have to get the news ready now. I used to have time to get the news. And you'll see the first flashings of the news. But then we'll run into it. All right. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. I'll be right back to show you the news. All right. My name is Samuel James Price. I'm a little smaller than normal, huh? There you go. All right, everybody. My name is Samuel James Price. Every single day on my crypto YouTube channel, Crypto Lifer, and my Crypto Lifer show, I go over the news every single day. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about the innovations and things moving on. Let's see if there's some big news coming. And again, we don't trade on news specifically, but news can kind of give us an idea of what's happening, market sentiment, and what other people are planning on doing. So DeFi Focus Layer 1 BEARISH raises 42 million Series A at a 420.69 valuation. You think that's funny? 420 at 0.69 on 420? I think that's like someone been playing a joke on us. The round was led by Polychain Capital and included participation from venture capital firms Hack VC, Dow5, Trive Capital, Shima Capital, and Robot Ventures. BEARISH, a Layer 1 blockchain focused on decentralized finance, disclosed Thursday 420. It's 42 million Series A at a valuation of 420.69. I just think it's so funny. They come out on 420 with a valuation of 4020.69. The fundraise finalized in December was led by Polychain Capital, included investors. Okay, we went over that. Cosmos-based Berachain. In essence, I like anything to do with Cosmos, so that's Adam. You know what I mean? I'll rewind to the high-flying, this is a Ponzi DeFi project of 2021, before all the frauds and bankruptcies and Wells notice sucked the degeneracy out of crypto. So it's not obvious from the 420 that Berachain is a project that doesn't shy away from crypto flair. It was launched by a quartet of pseudonymous founders, Smokey the Bear, Papa Bear, Homo Bear, and Dev Bear, who are all self-described crypto natives. Bear is a bear intentionally misspelled, a silly hat tip to the deranged crypto rallying cry of HODL. Interesting. Berachain's original trace back to a non-fungible token collection, the Bong Bears. And that's why it came out today on 420. All right. It says its technology will allow staked assets to be used in DeFi protocols, create more liquidity and capital efficiency, which sounds like liquid staking, if you ask me. So it's interesting. Just a new kid on the block when it comes to DeFi. 1inch, aggregator of decentralized crypto exchanges to launch on Ethereum rollup ZK Sync era. Everyone is moving to the faster move. 1inch, a decentralized exchange DEX aggregator, is launching its version of the platform onto ZK Sync ERA and recently released Ethereum scaling network from the Matter Labs. ZK Sync, which launched in March of 2023, uses zero-knowledge cryptography to allow people to transact on Ethereum with higher speeds and lower fees. I made a whole video about ZK Sync and about, the ZK rollups. Should definitely watch that video. It'll blow your mind. It comes with great narration, a beautifully written script, and awesome graphics that will just really pump you up. We're really pushing it to the limit here at the content that we're making here at the Crypto Lifer channel. CoinFunds leads $80 million round for decentralized database firm Tableland. It's interesting how decentralized finance is continuing to move. More people are getting in regardless. And, there's places around the world that don't care. Singapore moving fast, right? A lot of places where technology is being embraced. So Tableland integrates tested database Ethereum virtual machine smart contracts for the first time. Everybody wants ZK rollups. Everyone wants EVMs. And it's really where we're going. There's going to be a battle for the best EVM. It's going to be a big battle. And we're going to find out kind of where that goes in the future. But this is interesting to see more and more things starting to brew. It's very, very interesting for me to see. So, and I thought there was one more article, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Decentralized exchange Bancor starts on-chain trading platform Carbon. The platform allows users to create a single concentrated liquidity position that buys and sells in specific price ranges. Interesting. Bancor decentralized exchange built on Ethereum network has started an on-chain trading platform called Carbon. The release comes after Bancor's decentralized autonomous organization issued a proposal of the development on Ethereum. And that's cool how they were able to actually vote on something, and the vote actually came through. Carbon aims to make trading on DEXs easier and more advanced through trading functionality of a centralized exchange, but with the access and transparency of AMMs. I mean, that's what we want. We want the liquidity of a CEX with the AMMs of a DEX. And that CEX, I didn't say what you thought I said, don't spit your coffee out. And that is the news. Let's get back into the music. Let's get back into the move. And let's get back into these awesome, awesome super chats that all of you have laid down. All right. And remember, if you missed the super chat or you weren't able to see it, we're going to have them timestamped. So if you have to run out, if the kid just spilled the juice and you have to clean it up because they're all home from school this week in America, it's okay. We got you. We're going to be able to help you out. No, regardless, do not worry. And remember, irregardless is not a word. I just want to make that clear. A lot of people think it is. It's not a word. All right. Let's look at the Flare network and just getting completely demoralized at 3 cents. But again, we're getting free Flare for our XRP. And I guess a lot of people just, they're selling the free Flare immediately. That's kind of what happens when you wait that long for an airdrop. Makes sense that Flare would get this bit of a drop. I'm just going to hold my Flare. When I get something kind of free like that, I just see what happens to it. So I'm just going to hold my Flare and see what happens. I'm starting to get my Flare from Coinbase. It's interesting. The daily suggests you kind of have a shoulder head and a right shoulder there. And it's a symmetrical triangle, really 50-50. But I mean, who else? I don't think there's enough Flare to get sold off to because not many people got a lot of their Flare. Like, I didn't get that much Flare. You know what I mean? Yet, you're going to get it in increments for it's going to take a long time. Shout out to Crypto Muser, man. We finally got our Flare, buddy. But so, yeah, I mean, could Flare make a move to the upside? I wouldn't make any speculative ideas on this chart at all. Have to go to the 15-minute to really see if there's anything worth kind of looking at. And to me, it's just going sideways. And you heard it here first. I'm just going to hold my Flare and see what happens. I'm really not going to be trading it. I appreciate you asking about Flare and seeing what's happening with it. Getting sold off pretty fast here. And let's see if Flare has a bigger if it has like a better chart on Coinbase. But yeah, pretty much the same idea here, just getting absolutely sold to the downside. One thing you could have looked at is, like, I mean, it's a bear flag, right? And you can't find the length of the pole, but boom, man. Kind of followed Bitcoin down a little bit too as well. We'll jump back into Bitcoin as it's flat, 28,006. I told you it looked more bearish than bullish, in my humble opinion. So let's go back to that 7 and show you what's happening here. TradingView wants to find out where I live. I don't know why. So look, still in the flag, but dropping, and now it's making that shoulder, that head, that right shoulder that we discussed, right? So that's why you watch the 7. The 7's going to kind of tell you what's likely going to happen. I mean, now it's just more of an extended falling wedge, but you're making lower lows now, and it's going to be harder and harder to get back above the resistance if this continues. That's why I would not open up a long unless we came out and we bullishly retested this, and I won't open up a short until we come down and we bearishly retest that. To me, it's simple, all right? It's simple. We watch the charts, we look at the probabilities, and again, the 1 hour time frame wants to roll over. It doesn't look amazing, right? It's overbought. So I would trade the 1 hour to the downside specifically, and it's not looking good. That's a bear flag to 27,800. So it's most likely that we drop to the downside. Smaller time frames, we're looking for confirmation, but it's still more likely we drop down here to this area. All right. Super chats, apart from the ones you got, ERSDL and Antimatter, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for everyone that threw down a super chat today. I greatly appreciate it. $29.28 in chat revenue. You people are amazing. Thank you for the love. So let's take a look here at another super chat, and we're going to continue to grow here at AVAX. One of my favorite coins. AVAX. Trader Joe is where you get AVAX. You know, and if you like AVAX, then Joe is really the place to be. All right. So to delete all my work, I'm going to look at like it on the 2-day, even like the weekly. Let's take a look at it on a bigger time frame. First thing I like to look at is something on a bigger time frame and see what's going on. So AVAX has done a giant double bottom. Honestly, this accumulation can go on for over like a year or two right here. Like you could have this long bull, and you could definitely see just a long form accumulation. You hit shift here, you touch on the chart, and then you'll be able to find out like how long did that take. And that was 300 days. You know, we could have another. You know, it could be a year from now, as we get into the halving or about to hit the halving, or you know. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of these coins just kind of went more sideways. This is a bear market. I mean, we did get above 200 SMAs. I get that. And we're going to talk about all that stuff in a second with Bitcoin. But this, to me, it's a beautiful project. 1, 2, 3. And you know what? I used to look at this stuff, and I used to think you had forever. I'm going to teach you something right now. When we were in my trading group and we were getting ready, what a beautiful move for Render. And again, it had the news, it had the move. All you had to do was play the inverted head and shoulder and let it take you there. That's all you had to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just showing you how the technical analysis really dominates the thought process. That's really what you want. The technical analysis dominates the thought process. That's what you're looking for. Okay? Let's look at Polkadot here on KuCoin. And I just want to show you something about Polkadot. It's retracing, not really about today. I want to go back in time. And I want to talk about when we first accumulated Polkadot back in the day. All right? And we'll look at BTC, USD. I'm going to look at the Binance chart. So, I'm like the Binance, the dot Binance chart. Yeah, so look. So, I remember back in here, and we were accumulating Polkadot. And everyone said, where's it going to go? What's going to happen? And look, I mean, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 weeks to just accumulate. You know what I mean? Before a massive rally. And I remember like getting it at 4, getting it at 5, getting it at 6. I said, I won't pay more than $6 for Polkadot. And Polkadot would boom, remember? And Gavin, all this stuff happened, came back down. The high it would hit was 55. I mean, it almost did a 10x. To me, 10x is kind of you know? But it's, you know, projects with big market caps that have way low risk, you know, produce you kind of just a more solid reward. But here we are again with this, you know, a bull. And rounded bottoms pay the bills. And I wouldn't be surprised. We got a major dump. Things started to move. And to me, this is what we call the accumulation range, right? Things accumulate just like they did there. I just wanted to show you. I learned my lesson doing this many times before in bear markets. So remember, it's all about DCAing inside of a bear market, which is dollar cost averaging, buying small amounts of a coin at one at a time here, not going all in. If you believe a project's going to be there and it's a long-term hold, that's what it is, right? Just hit that buy again. If you're new here, join the free Discord for an amazing free info. Thank you for saying that. That's awesome. EKTA, please. Ardent Huxa. All right. Let's take a look at OVR. OVR. And you might just find out about a new coin here, too, while I do these super chats. You're back. Oh, okay. All right. Did we finish AVAX? I don't think I did, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying I would long-term accumulate this. Like, really, like, I could sit here and make a bunch of amazing, oh, it's going to do this and that. But I'm just showing you the bigger picture. That's what kind of sparked my idea when I went into Polkadot, because I'm attempting to teach you things. Now, I do see a shoulder head and a shoulder, half following Bitcoin, bit of a cup and handle there. Could it make a move? But it has a heavy resistance at $18, man. I remember when this coin first came out, I liked it, and I was like, AVAX, like, what is this stuff, And Avalanche, it reminded me of like a snowy day. They had the whole snow theme. You got to love the themes, like Spooky Swap with Phantom and all that fun stuff. If you're thinking of trading AVAX just for a quick, a quick scalp or a possible swing trade, it does say there could be another move coming here for AVAX. Out this flag. It's oversold on the 4-hour time frame. But look, the daily suggests that we may come down for more pain too as well. And so I honestly wouldn't be trading the 4-hour when the daily looks like this. I'd be pulling a Fibonacci like I showed you. And I guess, it came down there. I guess you could pull another fib there. Showing signs of just resistance, major resistance right here for AVAX. Technically, that could be your move there. But, so I'd wait for the daily to consolidate. Make sure that it holds this trend line. But I wouldn't even be surprised if it came down lower and tested the 618 Fibonacci level there. Again, one more time. Maybe double bottoms at the 618. That daily doesn't look amazing. All right. 2-day chart just getting started for the dump. Looks a lot like Bitcoin. Bitcoin could save the day and get a pump. Anything could happen. I get it. Swing trade possibly just to the top of the channel. So, like, AVAX right now sitting at about 16.9. And I could see AVAX making a quick move here. Just back to the top of the channel for 12%. Nothing to write home about. If I was really, really into AVAX and thought it was amazing, pump. Yeah, I'd be buying a lot of it, anyway, in the bear market. But pump, get the retest. That could be the move for AVAX. The retest is the key. The retest is the key. OVR, I haven't looked at this coin in a long time. If I had to guess, I'd say it is in the dump of the dumps, lower than it's ever been. I met the team over at D Central Miami, and they were cool, but I was like, They have a big concept, and they're trying to accomplish a lot, right? I mean, look at that. It came out on KuCoin on May of 2022, and it's soon to be up on a year of just major dumpage. I don't like what I'm seeing for this coin. You'd have to believe in it. Almost looks like it got given up on, really, right? And not every coin's going to make it back, I'll tell you. Some coins are just going to give up on themselves. The team's just going to dissolve, and the idea is just going to go to nowhere. It is a double bottom. Double bottoms do pay the bills. You're oversold. But again, I don't like to pick gum up off the street. What I mean, like, that is just, you have to wait for a retest, or maybe even a retest of this area. Now, I can eat my words, and tomorrow this double bottom could boom. The technical analysis says it can blast up to the 200 SMA. It just, you can tell even by the candles, it doesn't have a lot of liquidity because the candles aren't full. The order book isn't full. I tend to stay away from order books that aren't that full based on the candlestick. So just something to think about there as well. Let's take a look at my baby cat, Cambria. One of my favorite coins. I do hold this coin. I hold like $1,000 of it long term. And honestly, it's been doing great, right? Compared to most coins. It went up 70% off of that level on the 786 Fibonacci level. Came back up. And I'll just show you how I build yet again, just so you can see. But that chart still ready to go. All right. And we look at our 2-day or 3-day chart. Getting a little extended. See, that's the thing. We waited for the 2-day, and a lot of these coins pump, but there is some stagnation going on in the charts. It doesn't look amazing. Like, you should have got way more of a pump out of that 3-day than just 70% gains. But again, the Fibonacci said the 786 fib came back up. And so, like, now, to me, looking like it may consolidate here for a while or give some of this back. So I'd be careful trading this in the short term, but I'm going to hold this thing long term. So if it can go more sideways for a while, quite interesting. Daily also wants to make a move down, right? So, and can you hold the bigger time frames in your mind with the smaller time frames? That's really the deal. That's what you're looking for, all right? And here you have this continuation pattern here that could continue to move, all right? That could continue to move, all right? So, and cup and handle, but the daily doesn't look amazing. The daily's at a resistance. It tells me there could be just, more consolidation. So you're watching this to just go more sideways while the daily can reset. 4 hour says, okay, you're in a bit of a flag, but not amazing. Not amazing. And the 1 hour also wants to come down on you, similar to Bitcoin, okay? And now Bitcoin's down at the 590 area, continuing to drop, and we showed you that Bitcoin was likely more bearish than bullish. I wasn't like, let's open up a long here. And we're waiting for the bearish retest. Really is the smartest idea for me personally. I'm not a financial advisor, but the retest is really the plan and the key to the move. All right, let's get into CELR for my man Tori. CELR had that massive move up, really nice pump. I'm watching it in this consolidative pattern, right? And I suggest it will come back down to this trend line. As long as this trend line doesn't break, we're pretty good. You could draw a mini fib here too, from wick to wick, and that, look at that. The 618 golden pocket coincides with my circled area and this trend line. I wouldn't be surprised if that made a move. Remember, just like I hit render when most people didn't think it was possible, you know what I mean? So just remember, you know, my trading style may be foreign to you, but if you let it seep in, you'll see things you never thought. Apart from ones you got. Let's take a look at ERSDL, all right, on KuCoin. And that thing, look, what a massive sell-off. Nasty. That's why I use a stop loss, right? I put it out here. Let's see, I was looking at it, Unfederal Reserve. And it made a nice pop, right? Look, it made a gain of about 18%. My trading style, the second I get to a place like that, I'm swinging the stop loss to break even. Wouldn't have lost on that trade unless you just went in here with no stop whatsoever. It got sold off on the 2-day chart absolutely horribly, though. That's insane. Unfederal Reserve. And these are high-risk coins. Look, got rejected by the 200 SMA. Couldn't get back above it. This thing is in the dumps. I don't know. It looks like the project almost got given up on. Usually follow TSLA for whatever reason, but yikes. Look at that. I mean, now it's making a new low. Something happened to this project. Got rug pulled, sold off. Doesn't look healthy to me at all. You know what I mean? Maybe another given up project. Not every project's going to make it through to the next bear run. I'm telling you, to the next bull run. I'm telling you that right now. Just because it has a name doesn't mean it's going to go all the way to the moon. To me, that's scary because you're making a new low. And you make a new low, now you have a resistance here. So I'd be bailing on this coin, personally. Ugly. Unless you truly believed in it and you've done your research, which I don't believe in this coin whatsoever. It's not something that I would look at. ERSDL. So, and antimatter, which is matter, right? We'll take a look at it. Had a huge pump recently, which is so interesting. Pretty sure it was matter, but we'll just write antimatter. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't come up as matter when I put it out there as the ticker. So let's see what happened to matter recently. It had just an insane wick to the upside. Like somehow it got just completely, it's a little bit weird, honestly, right? And so look, it had the cup and handle, right? It blasted to the upside. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, it just insane what it did. Now it's kind of right back where it started. I'm a little weary of wicks like that. That kind of makes me like, you know, got a couple wicks like that on the low. I like the project AI-wise, but it has such a small market cap. And it's right back in the zone again with oversold daily time frame. So for me, matter could come down even lower here. You know, it's funny. I wanted this coin. I kind of FOMO'd for it. I never ended up getting it into my positions for whatever reason. I'm kind of happy I didn't now watching this insane price action. Okay, never heard of it. Render looks like it's about to dump. Yeah, it's right at resistance. Really good place to take some profits, personally, in my humble opinion. But you do whatever makes you happy. Hit the highest, hit a beautiful gain today of 70%. So I'll sign up and start following this channel. Is I can get one response from literally anyone. Million-year meditations. I'll sign up and start following the channel if I can get one response from literally anyone. We're right here for you, man. What's going on? Sound like you're reaching out. You know what I mean? All day, every day. Sam, for all you do, man. Thank you. Shout out to Jay Bella in the house. I have 28,200 breaking lower price. How does that look? We'll take a look, Elizabeth. Thank you for saying that. And super chats, EKTA. All right. And we still have 5 minutes to finish the Bitcoin update and jump on out of here unscathed. Unscathed. So that's pretty amazing. Let's take a look at MEXC here, EKTA. So I saw it in this cup and handle. Remember, though, very low volume on a coin, you know? So here, it came down to the 618 fib, had a strong support, but it lost that support zone. Let's back out our fibs a little bit. Readjust, make sure they're spot on. pull them in. Yeah, it's hard. You know, it's like, I don't like that we lost this previous resistance becomes new support. I mean, you could bring it down a little bit and say you're in the pocket. I get it, but I would have liked to us not breach that zone. However, the last time we played this, remember, it was in a channel and it went high. It went to the upside like we wouldn't believe. Absolute insanity. Lack of bearish momentum. You still have a hidden bullish divergence here because that's swinging up while that's swinging down. It's holding on to a hidden bullish. You're very oversold in the daily time frame. I wouldn't be surprised if, and it's got a giant cup and handle, and it is at the 786 fib retracement. Again, I can never tell you what to do, right? You got to figure out, you got to get this knowledge yourself and then decide whether it's part of your risk management strategy. But it does, you know, it may even go lower to the point of control. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, but I do like it holding the 706, and I like how oversold it is. EKTA. I don't know anything about the project, never researched it, so just something to kind of keep on the radar. All right. Okay. Yep, lost the 706. Let's see. Sam, I appreciate your opinion. It looks like longs are getting liquidated. Yep. I mean, to me, I wasn't going to be going long. You know what I mean? 28,570. And now let's get into a clean chart. We'll talk about Bitcoin. And we'll give you my last ideas here for BTC on, you know, USD here on Binance, right? So let's look at our bigger ideas. I've been sticking to this idea that we're in this diagonal trend. As long as we stay above the diagonal trend, we could get a move to the upside. All right, I'm just saying that over and over again. People look at me like I'm crazy, but you know, and we're consolidating here. We could go sideways and slow down the bears here and start to go sideways. We're oversold in the daily. We're oversold in the 22-hour with a double bottom, and the 22-hour has a hidden bullish. It's swinging down while price action is still swinging up, even if we drop a little lower. So the bigger time frames. 28,005 is actually a pretty good place to load up, right? The 500 areas, and you can almost say you were in this falling wedge that broke out of it, broke back inside. I've seen that many times. I know you're looking at me funny here, but hey, that's something that I do. You go to the 3-hour and make more sense. It breaks out, it breaks back in, but it stays inside the pattern. It's very, very interesting. 3-hour says we could get a move. The 4-hour says we could get a move. So once we get through this kind of minutia here, look at major liquidations now. 28,500 coming on down. So we'll go back to our we'll go back to our Binance chart for a second. But again, the second we lose this level, I will flip more bearishly retest for a drop down to 25,000. And that's a point of control. We lose the point of control, we are going to drop to 25K, and we're going to drop there pretty fast. All right. Sorry, my finger slipped. You know, we will drop right down, and that's because our next big zone of liquidity is right there. All right. And you can see the gap in the VRVP. So if we can't, you know, we're starting to struggle. 490 now. Wow. And we actually went even lower and massive long liquidations to the downside. Right? So again, I didn't open up. I wasn't like, let's go all the way. I said I would be very, very cautious with what's happening right now and watch price action. Let's go back to our 7-minute and see what happened on the smaller time frames. And again, we made the right shoulder now. Now we've made the right shoulder. It's been somewhat confirmed. All right. 7-minute is attempting to get the bounce, but it's just, you know, that flag just kept kind of slipping. And we said, look, shoulder, head, shoulder. That has a measured move to the downside to begin the move. All right. And then 27,800 is my next target. No guarantees. We're making, you know, we'll see if we're making a bullish divergence here. Swing down. Well, that is slightly swinging up. You have a very small bullish divergence here. But I tell you right now, I wouldn't trade the zone. I wouldn't open up a long till you got above here and retested. Even really that point of control right there at about 29,199. You know, and now you're making lower lows for yourself, right? The bigger measured move could take you down to 26,890. And look at this, massive liquidations here. Massive long liquidations. So just be careful opening up a long. I definitely just, you know, it didn't look like it was a smart move for me. One thing we see is the cumulative volume delta, right? And we can, you know, the CBD is showing us that, hey, massive more long liquidations. When that starts to get heavily negative, usually is a good time to open up a long. You get 75,000 and then you got 10,000. So price went almost lower, but you got less people liquidated. That's a divergence. That is a divergence. So it's not all bad right now, but again, it's a high risk day where you can see a lot of just crazy movement in the market. So And why do I have this bigger trend line? I can remove it for now, just out of space. But look, I mean, that's a bear flag. Bear flags break to the downside. I don't know what else to say. Okay. We're attempting to hold the zone, and I'm getting mixed signals for Bitcoin. All right. And some days aren't great to trade. Some days are good to trade. Some days are not good to trade. It depends on what you're doing. All right. If you have any questions, shout your 99 membership. Of course, thank you. Loading more spot tomorrow. You called POLX. Thank you, man. POLX, you mean? Polyastic? I don't know. I've made so many calls in my life. It's just like, you know, whatever's, you know. Sam, X Global Features account. That's not true. You transfer the money, man. I'll do it in front of you if you want. Like, you know what I mean? Withdrawals unavailable for futures. You transfer the money back, brother. All right? Take a deep breath. You transfer the money back into the account. All right? That's what you do. What are your thoughts about GRT, Sam? I mean, it's just got a huge market cap. It's the leader of the AI coins. I own some of it. I bought some at 30 cents in the last run and just have it kind of sitting. So, yeah. They have it on Coinbase. Not amazing. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Oh, massive liquidations here. Hold on. I'm going to go to Bitcoin. I'm going to go to the KuCoin chart. I'm going to delete everything. I'm going to show you how we figure out where we're going here. Use a smaller time frame. I mean, that's a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, right? You can see it clear as day. Shoulder, head, shoulder. For me, I mean, at least, right? Like, I saw that one clear as day yesterday. And rounded tops, too. Right? Look at that. I said there's more bearishness than bullishness, right? First stop is going to be here. We go to like the 32nd to see if we're seeing anything. Man, what a nasty day. Nasty, nasty short. Wow. 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 They are plowing away now. And there you go. And again, I made the call at the beginning of the stream, right? Let's go back to my other chart. We're about to hit my first target, right? Right there. First target is at 28,000. Get off the 32nd though. 27.8. And there you go. I mean, now you've breached channel. And again, you made the right shoulder that we discussed. Let's look if we can get a bearish retest on the smaller time frame. So look, we're looking for a bearish retest here now. So I'd be watching. Sometimes it takes a couple hours. You'd hit this, and then that will be a perfect short to the downside. I'd be waiting for that bearish retest. Yeah, you don't even really have too strong of a bullish divergence yet, really. And something funny is going on in the market. You can feel it's like a manipulate. It's just something. You can feel it. You know, you can feel it. We got the lunar eclipse coming too as well. Again, I said this today, and I'll say it again. I would only open up a long if we bounce off this area. I would open like a short if we bounce off that area. I'm looking for the retest, or I'm not trading it. 27.8. Gonna match the math. Could be epic. Ever since the SEC spoke. Yeah, so what did Janet Yellen say today? We get any news on Janet Yellen, team? Shano? Let's see. No. I'd like to see what she said or get a clip of it or something if we can. She spoke this morning. I can only get like older articles. Bearish retest would be 29K or a 7-minute reset, you think? No. Bearish retest would be right there. Right there. I showed it like 7 times, man. Like maybe even 20 times. It'd be right here. 28,005. And then we would drop further down to about 27.8. That would be your bearish retest. Yeah. Easiest short to spot ever. Yesterday was a new moon, brother. Yep, exactly. New moon, always we dump with the new moon. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Massive long liquidations. Hitting us with the knowledge every day. Much love. Shout out to my man Sun Chips for the $5 super chat. Shout out to JB for the $10 super chat. Shout out to everybody that threw down on the live stream today. May God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for the love, light, and the happiness in which you bring me in my life. Days like this aren't easy. You know what I mean? Days like this are not easy. But, you know, don't overtrade. That's what I always tell people. Overtrading can get you absolutely rocked and wrecked. So just be careful. Just be careful. Just be careful if you can. You know what I mean? All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, damn, it was trying to short last night. Stop loss too tight. She just talked about US and China, it seems. Days like today just bring us discounts on the bags. Yeah, it's a good time to buy Bitcoin on the low. Massive dumpage. Yeah, massive dumpage. All right, everyone, I'm going to go spend some time with my 2-year-old kid because you know what? She's only going to be 2 for so long, and then it's going to be over. So what else can I do? God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow on another beautiful live stream. God bless everybody that came. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you tomorrow.